That's fair.
That's great.
Chad abandoned us again.
Fuck that guy.
Is he like too good for us or what?
I think that's what it is. I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure that's it. I saw Beetlejuice.
Sorry.
I'm gonna do the opposite of what Tom does, because Tom talks about everything negative because that's all he sees. So I'm going to talk about something positive. I don't know if I have any, but I'm going to talk about something positive. I like the Soul Train. That was about it. I like Bob. So Bob and the Soul Train, I like them.
Yeah, two of the tiniest little nuggets of the film.
Don't talk shit about Bob, Tom. I will take you down.
Carissa,
no, that's what I'm saying.
Tom
like,
admit that it's good. That those parts are good.
I've always said that even movies that I don't like, generally there's still something about them that's like, that's okay, that worked, you know. But like you're the perfect example. It's like you found two innocuous little things out of this entire film to be like, I like that. And I'm like, yeah, okay. I'm down with that. Bob was all right and all that. Like I'm down with that. But the rest of the movie was just like, it was fucking Romulus. It was Alien Romulus. It's let's take the same things that we've already seen, rejigger them a little bit with some new characters that mean absolutely nothing, and send it off to the world. And for some reason, yeah. and for some reason people are like, oh my god, it's hysterical. Do you want to know how non-funny this movie is? Let me tell you about my theater. This was amazing. It was a total meta moment. So first of all, usually I go and there's like 3 people in the theater because I plan for that. I don't want people in the theater. This time there was probably about 20, and this was like a Thursday afternoon, so there was like about 20 people. I'm like, oh, there's actually people here. All right. So as the movie's going, I'm going, and I'm like, all right, this is stupid so far, whatever, this is fine. And then all of a sudden I hear a guy in the theater laugh, like a real laugh, like a ha ha ha, like that, right? And I'm like, okay, that was loud. And you know, movie keeps going and like nothing's, and then I hear it again. I hear the same guy again. Ah, ha, ha. That's when I realized that no one in the theater was laughing at anything. Like it was a stone-walled audience, except for that guy. And it became almost like a laugh track on a comedy show.
That's funny.
It became distracting because this guy was laughing at the dumbest shit. And the rest of the theater, now, granted, they may have been like smiling quietly or whatever. I have no idea. But there were no outward laughs of like, oh, like that's like nothing. I was like, holy shit. And that's when I realized that my face was just stonewalled. Like I hadn't cracked a smile in like an hour. I was like, holy shit. I was like, wow. Oh my God. So yeah, no, I don't see any grandeur in it at all. I think the 2 new characters, well, I mean, Jenna Ortega's new, but the 2 other new characters 3 actually were all pointless. They all did nothing throughout the film. When you got to the end of the movie, they were all just like, well, scoop him under the rug, scoop her under the rug. Well, I guess we're done. Move on to the same story that we had in the first movie with Lydia and Beetlejuice. Like, ugh.
First of all, I will say that there is a small plot hole, possibly 2, probably 10, 20 or whatever. But why is her dad, or even Beetlejuice, why is Beetlejuice working as the social worker if they didn't commit suicide? Isn't that the whole thing? You commit suicide and you have to work as a civil servant, whatever the hell you fucking call them. Right? That's what they said in the first one. If you commit suicide, you wind up having to do a civil service job.
So what does that have to do with Beetlejuice?
Beetlejuice didn't kill himself. His wife killed him.
Right. So, but he's in charge. He's just in charge. He's in charge of the division.
No, he worked for what's her name in the first one, and then in this one, the dad had a civil service job, but he got killed by piranhas.
Killed by the piranhas. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's fair. Yeah. Okay, I'm with you.
But
that's a problem. I like it, Carissa. I like it. I'm going to use that against all of the pro Beetlejuice people. You're giving me ammunition, girl. I like it.
Yeah, I'm very good at plot holes. It's all that pitch perfect, all the pitch meetings. I gotta say though, that singing in the church, it might have been funny if it was for 4 seconds, but it was like 15 minutes.
Kept going.
And Beetlejuice is only on screen for 17. I'm pretty sure that was 15 of them.
Oh, really?
It was awful. And it was like them lips, they were lip syncing.
Well, it was, again, it's a throwback to what they did in the first movie. They did a lip sync.
That was funny in the first one.
Sure. That's exactly right. In this case, it's just, well, we've been here. We've done this. Like, let's move on. And it wasn't even a good song or anything.
I would have thought it was funnier if they repeated the exact same dance as last time. This was not interesting at all.
When you say the dance, are you talking about when the hands came out of the soup singing Dale?
Yeah, that was fun. They actually didn't really want to. That was supposed to be cut. It wasn't supposed to be on, and it wound up being incredibly popular. And they filmed it backwards or something because they couldn't get it to line up. But yeah, that was good. But this was. I mean, it just kept going. I don't remember the other one being that long. The other one couldn't have been that long, right? Dance in the first one that couldn't have been that long. It
didn't feel that long. But no, again, it was just another rehash. It was like, hey, what did we do in the first one? Let's do it again.
Yeah. The only other thing I like the tiny Easter egg. I don't know if it's an Easter egg or detail. The car was in the river in the model. I don't know why that.
Oh, I didn't catch that. Okay.
And in the beginning, when they're scrolling over the town, you go by the bridge, and under the bridge is the car.
Ah, okay.
Downwards, yeah.
Yeah, I didn't catch that.
Little tortures in life that get you. I also don't know why what's the stepmother's name? Whatever the fuck her name is. She has 2 statues, because I was impressed that the one statue, I was like, oh, look, that's her statue. It was at the school. But then there's another one in her yard. So she made 2 exact same statues. I don't think you're supposed to do that. But anyway, yeah. So anyway, that was, I saw it for free. I still want my money back.
Hold on, clarify free. Did you spend points on it?
No, my friend, her job rents out the theater for certain movies, and they give you 2 free tickets and then $10 to get snacks. So I did spend $4 on nachos because that was over the $10, but they're pretty good nachos, so that was good. But yeah, I think the next one she's taking me to see is Wicked. So what did I see? There was one I saw last. I don't know. I'm the only one she takes because I'll pretty much see anything. But I usually count a movie by how annoying it is, by how many times I looked at my phone the time. So I think it was 47. I'm not sure. But
47 times you watched it. You looked at your phone 47 times.
Yeah, something like that. Like
how many?
It was only a 90-minute
times
movie.
a minute is that?
Well, there was only a 90-minute movie, so like every other minute
Yeah, there you go. Look at that.
Can I go home?
I probably didn't look at it was during Soul Train, and I already forgot the other part I actually liked was, but what was the other part I liked?
Bob.
I do love Bob, and they did him dirty, and I'm a little upset about it. So I guess no longer Bob because they poor Bob. I did not know Danny DeVito was in it. That was interesting.
Yeah, interesting. For a minute.
Yeah.
Yeah, a cameo.
Yeah. I guess it's a cameo, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. There was a lot of things they did that had no reasoning whatsoever. Like they killed a guy just to go down to the underworld because nothing ever happened to that guy, right? He died, and then now you're in the underworld, and then you see Danny DeVito, and you're like, okay, like his death didn't do anything or anything.
Lori's up there like, what are movies?
I don't get to see movies. I was hoping that I was going to be able to see Alien Romulus.
Didn't happen.
Nah. Am I going to see Beetlejuice? No. Am I going to go see Wicked? Absolutely not. No.
Ariana Grande.
I think you're fine in all of those moments.
I think 2024 is not the year to really go see movies. I really think I'm not missing much.
Well, I wasn't going to go see Wicked, and if it wasn't for the nachos, I probably wouldn't go for free. But
those really good movie nachos.
Really good well, I'm only allowed nachos when I go to the movies. I can't have them in the house. Nowhere else am I going to have nachos. So I go to the movies for nachos. I used to go for the damn pretzels, but stupid gluten bullshit. Couldn't do it. But now I can have the nachos because it says right in the bag, gluten-free. So fucking gluten bullshit.
You don't own them, so you can say they're nachos.
They're nacho cheese.
There you go.
Oh, there's people here, and I have not been paying attention. Yeah, actually, there was a shark in Beetlejuice, so that's why Tom was allowed to see it.
Yep.
Which I gotta be honest, like I actually wish the whole movie wasn't claymation, but there really was no reason to even have like. I understand why he's not in it, but I didn't see any reason to put him in it. He could have already been dead.
Totally agree.
Like, he could have been dead, and they could have done something else. Yeah, Bob. Yep. I love Bob. And nacho cheese. No, they don't. It's not real cheese, but it doesn't suck. And then again, they're the only nachos I've ever had. So as far as I know, I mean, they might. I don't know. But yeah, there was no reason. There was no reason for the dad to be in it. Anyone's dad really to be in it. But there was no reason to use him. I appreciate their creativity on but there was no reason to do it. Like it was like
but worse than that, there was no reason to have Beetlejuice's wife. Like she was pointless.
Yeah, they should have done
absolutely pointless.
Everyone talks shit about the Hawaiian story, but that kind of had a better story.
Yeah, I mean, oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god.
They want to do a Beetlejuice. Actually, I got to be completely honest with you. I did not realize it was called Beetlejuice. I just been calling it Beetlejuice. So everyone's like, oh, it's so creative. Beetlejuice. Now there's got to be a third one. I was like, it's a what now? Like, I have no idea.
Yeah.
So I did not know. But yeah, nachos were worth it. So maybe for the first 2 minutes, they were like gone like 2 seconds later. So.
Do you ever remember that Seinfeld bit where Elaine is like talking about the date and uses the term yada, yada, yada?
Yeah.
Yada, yada, yada. I had some nachos. You yada, yada, the best part. No, I mentioned the nachos.
Yeah. Went to the movies, yada, yada, yada. Had some nachos.
Yeah. I love, it's really funny because our place, I've never used this feature, but for $2, they will bring you the food while you're sitting in the movie theater. Yeah. So like they'll deliver it to your chair. But what I find most interesting, what?
That's lame.
Yeah, the person next to me did it one time, and I was like, "You're doing what now?" She's like, "They're late." I was like, "What are you worried about? The movie? You're not going to miss the movie, so it doesn't really matter." I realized that no theater that I've ever been into has a clock in the lobby, which out of all places you think that would have a clock, but there's no
clock. That's like
casinos.
They don't want you to track time; they want you to stay there, kind of thing.
They want you to wait in line and get your.
Don't you want to like get to your movie on time?
Once you buy their ticket, they got you locked in. They don't care at that point.
Yeah, they don't care.
It's true. You missed the movie, they don't care.
They don't care.
They just need your ticket money. That's it.
There was no previews, so it really wasn't worth going. Wow. I mean, I go to the movies for the previews. When I was a kid.
Previews?
Oh, my previews were terrible. I was like, this is a bad sign. This is a really bad sign.
When the previews are bad.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was a work thing, and they were doing a contest for best costume. I don't know. I don't pay attention to people. My friend's like, "What are you doing?" I'm like, "I'm on my phone." She's like, "Doing what?" I was like, "Anything but what's going on around me." So I guess they were having a contest of who was dressed up. Obviously, the hot chick in the red wedding dress that was supposed to be Delia, she won, I think. I voted for her. That was the only one I looked up for. I was like, she's hot. My vote. Sit in that dress for the next 90 minutes should win right there. I don't even know what they want. Again, I wasn't paying attention. So those seats are nice. We get the recliner seats, so it makes half the tickets available for that room. I don't know why they did that.
Well, because they don't sell out those theaters anymore. That you used to get 200 or 300 people in a theater, and now if you can get 50, you're doing great. So they'd rather just design them for 50 and have a higher ticket price, and you know, and do it that way.
Make a premium experience.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Which
like reclining seats.
There's a theater down here called Celebration that I went to see Godzilla at last year, and it has all the reclining and all that kind of stuff. And I was like, God damn, this is like a crazy theater, man. And the sound was really good, and like I was like, yo, I have not been to a real theater in a long time, apparently, because technology has elevated, and I have not known about it. And it wasn't like an IMAX thing; it was just like a nicely built, you know, great acoustics theater. I was like, Jesus, all right.
You should come to see a show while you're here in Texas, because they have like a full bar, and you can order food from your seat.
Isn't that how it goes?
Everything is better in Texas. You just push a button, they bring you food. Like,
yeah, we had one of those at when I lived in Illinois. They had a little theater that they would bring you food, and I always thought that would be really distracting. Like if people were like walking around, but it wasn't that bad. At least in my situation, the people that were doing it were like good at their job. So you really didn't know what the hell was going on until they were like right in front of you, like, oh, here's your food.
Yeah. And I mean, I think the etiquette is you kind of order it like at the beginning.
Sure. Yeah.
So most everybody has their food before the previews.
Yeah. But we told those people to fuck off and ordered ice cream later on, you know, like bring me my ice cream at the end of the movie, you know.
Yeah. I do
more beer. Like, how many beers are you ordering in this fucking Beetlejuice? Like, well, it's terrible. So
yeah, you need a lot.
Game.
You
how many
need a lot.
Yeah. Every time I look at my clock, you drink
Beetlejuice on it.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Every time
Lori would have killed everybody.
Drink, so you'd be like 40.
Lori would have killed everybody.
Carissa would have killed everybody. Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
Like, what did I do? I don't usually bring weapons to the movie theater.
Anything's a weapon if you're brave enough, Lori.
That's right.
I mean, this is true. And I can be very effective with anything that's around me: chairs, pens, paper straws.
Just ask all the slashers from across the movies, across the decades of, you know, how to kill some people with a stapler and a, you know,
John Wick pencil move.
couple of rubber bands, you know.
Rubber bands are deadly. That's a huge weapon.
And that terrible
I would just like to whap
Daredevil
one in the
movie
eyeball with a
bullseye.
Paperclip bullseye,
yeah. Does like 3 into like the trachea or something like that, and just falls over.
You just selected the greatest part of that movie.
That was a good part.
That was the amazing part of the movie.
Yeah, done.
Oh my God.
I'm still very impressed that they did a lot of stuff for no reason. Yeah. I mean, they did one thing, man. I used to have a huge phobia of death, and now I just this is gonna sound completely wrong.
This movie just took it all away. All that phobia is gone now.
Well, now it makes me, and this is gonna sound wrong, but
makes you wonder if it's a shit show after you die.
No, it makes me think that I should just poison myself, because that's the only way you'll look better in death, instead of having all this shit around you, like a shark attached to your leg for the rest of your life. This chick is walking around with a harpoon in her neck. I'm like, just pull it out. Like, just pull it out.
Yeah,
like,
dude was.
If you pull it out.
Yeah, dude was killed by being eaten by piranhas. So in the afterlife, he's just got piranhas stuck to him, like shaking around the whole time.
To the piranhas. Did the piranhas die? Was he poisonous when they ate him? Like, why did the piranhas die?
I want to see somebody.
Well, and it's
like parachute deployment fail, so he's just like flathead into his ship.
Well, that's the thing. Like, it's totally inconsistent, right? Because if he died because he was eaten by piranhas, he should have been like a skeleton. Because the guy that got eaten by the shark had no head.
Yeah.
So there's no consistency in the Tim Burton underworld at all. No consistency.
No. And like, I don't understand. Can they not spit out the hot dogs if you died by eating lots of spit it out? Like, spit it out. I don't get it. It's
probably like that Greek mythology where the guy has to roll the stone up the hill, but in his
Sisyphus.
You're just eternally eaten by piranhas.
Yes.
That might be it. But
what about the piranhas? Did they die too, and that's why they're attached to him?
No, they're like flopping around on his face.
Yeah, they didn't die. They're in the underworld with him.
Yeah, they are. Yes.
Yeah. So
I love it. That's funny.
If they had died on their own, would they not be in the underworld? Is there a piranha hell they're missing out on? Like, I want to know the afterlife of the piranhas.
The piranhas are condemned because they ate a sinner or something like that.
Yeah.
No, the piranhas are in heaven. They get to continually eat the person for the
true.
eternity.
Good job killing the innocent guy as the father.
What
I'm sure he was. Yeah, he wasn't even an evil person. It's like, okay, and yeah. I have a lot of questions. I'm curious about how all the shrunken heads talk on the phone. Like, are they actually talking on the phone? Can anyone hear them? I'm like, who are calling these people?
Now,
like,
the shrunken heads, do they still have their bodies?
Yeah, but they're all shrunken heads.
But they're
so would they have like a tiny mouth, so a tiny voice, or would they have huge lungs that would still give them deep
the
voices?
mouths are sewn together like shrunken heads. The mouths are sewn together so they can't talk.
But it's like
you get is
stuck, or is it like sort of a little bit?
No, they're just like
they're zipped. Yeah, they're zipped. Yeah. I'm kind of curious why they're so much bigger, besides the obvious that their heads are actually inside. But like, what is their definition for being twice?
Yeah, they're like on Frankenstein bodies with tiny heads.
Why are they
they're
so
huge.
much bigger than a normal? Does like maybe the mass inside the head like goes down and like?
No, their punishment is to make them look even more ridiculous. Hence
They did look ridiculous. Yeah, I was kind of curious how they're paying for all those snacks in the store. I mean, do they have dead money, or I don't know? Well, they had a job. Maybe they have dead money. I don't know. I don't know why anyone's scared of them, because technically, if you look at them, they look like cheap costumes. So I would have been like, it's Halloween. So I don't know. But yeah, I know Keaton's one of his rules was he was only going to do 17 minutes to match the 17. So Tim Burton was limited to what he did with Tim Burton, but did with Beetlejuice. But I mean, it might have been better if he was in it more. I don't know what else there could have been.
No, I don't think so, because even the 17 minutes that we got were the same 17 minutes we got the first time. Yeah. So it's like there's just nothing new,
When you describe that, it reminds me of The Force Awakens, where everybody's trying to get to Luke, and surprise, there's Luke credits. Like, that's what it kind of sounds like.
It was like Luke throws a lightsaber. Credits.
Yeah, but it's more like Last Jedi. That's what I'm going to say. It's more like, hey, we have this important moment that's about to happen. Get rid of that.
Yeah.
It's way more like Last Jedi.
But they had
like, hey, remember all this stuff that you really love? Never mind.
Yeah, that was literally the youngling Slayer 9000 he pitched over.
Tossed over a hill. What a
Anakin used to slay all the young Jedi.
Yeah.
Yeah. That would have been way better. Put that in there.
But it sounds like a lot of movies nowadays, if they're trying to resurrect franchises, it really sounds like you've already put it, Tom, playing it safe, almost like, okay, well, here's the same stuff. You liked that, right? Okay, well, obviously you'll like it again. They're back, but there's no risks, really.
I guess their theory is, which I guess it's working, is that the new people could see it because they don't have to see the old, right. And the old people like the nostalgia, unless they're Tom, and then everyone's happy.
Well, no, I like nostalgia if it's used right, and if you've given me enough new stuff around the nostalgia. That's why I actually like Force Awakens a lot. I think it's a great movie.
I don't like nostalgia.
Yeah. And I agree with I mean, I would love to have this conversation at some point with people, because I've had it 100 times. I agree with a lot of the problems people have with Force Awakens. I agree with it. Like, oh, it's another Death Star. Oh, it's another. But I'm like, yeah, but even in the movie, they make fun of that. Even Han Solo's like, okay, it's bigger. There's still got to be a way to blow it up. Like, even they have fun with what they're doing. And then, I thought Rey was fine. The movie is not Rey's movie. It's Finn's movie. If you really pay attention to it, like, it's a good movie. And I came out of that the first time, and there was a dude at the store. I was working at Jesse James Comics at the time. I came in the next day, and he was like, "Did you see did you see Force Awakens?" I was like, "Yeah, it's pretty good." He was like, "Dude, it was so stupid. They didn't even do like wipes between the scenes like George did." And I'm like,
"What?
Did you watch this movie? Because motherfucker, they were wiping everything like it was their ass." Like,
but
are
still,
you kidding?
What does that have to do with it being a good movie? As if it has wipes or
absolutely
not?
Nothing. But my point is that people went in with like weird expectations, and I don't think that they were really paying attention to the movie. And so as I saw the movie again and again and really got to know it and had conversations with people, I realized they just weren't not watching the movie. Like, if you have distinct problems with the film, 9 times out of 10 it's because you weren't paying attention. And I have an answer for you as to what the problem was. One of the problems that I heard a lot was, well, Kylo Ren keeps taking off his helmet. I'm like, no, he takes it off 2 times. 1, when Rey challenges him, perfectly illogical. 2, when he confronts Han Solo. That's another perfectly reasonable reason to take the mask off. Like, that's it. That's all the times he took his helmet off. That's all. So it was it's a movie that works. It's a movie that has problems. But
Take that, Star Wars.
should have been a movie that was picked up and ran with rather than running into a wall like Rian Johnson did with it.
Oh, he just made it worse, and then they tried to fix everything, and then it was just bad.
And that's what I like about Rise of Skywalker so much is that JJ was just like, I'm gonna fix all of this.
We're gonna forget everything
in real time. Like we're just gonna go down the line and like, hey, remember that? Never mind.
What do we do next?
He's in it for like 30
and we're gonna fix that.
Yeah, that was. I mean, and that's not a great movie. That's a bad movie too.
Remember the Casino Planet with all the puppy dog bunnies?
Made no sense.
I mean, I think I understand what Rian Johnson was trying to do. It was about failure being the best teacher, and like nobody succeeds at what they're doing. Nobody, everybody fucking fails, right? And there's no point to stuff, but it's just like it didn't make a good movie.
I have an alternative take.
That he just sucked at his job?
Well, but the theme from the very beginning was stall for time. Everything through the entire film was stall for time. Right at the beginning, it's Poe Dameron cracking jokes at Hux, stalling for time. And Hux is like, wait, he's stalling for time. And then later on, they're stalling for time. And then at the end with Kylo Ren and Luke, stalling for time. Like the whole movie is stalling for time, even as they're doing this space chase to catch the rebels. Well, eventually they'll run out of gas, stalling for time. Like the whole fucking movie is I'm stalling for time, guys.
The movie's name is Joseph Stalling for Time.
It's failure being a good teacher, but it's like you weren't supposed to fail at the movie.
That's right. Yeah.
Well, I have an idea where I've used this analogy with a different movie, Dark Knight Rises. But that's for a movie specific. The trilogy, that sequel trilogy, because you have different directors, in my mind, it was the equivalent of tying at the hip a 100-meter dash, a 400-meter dash, and a marathon runner, and telling them all they have to perform their best, and they all hold each other back.
Sure.
And that's what I kind of got out of that sequel trilogy. That middle one was kind of cool, but it was a different direction and botched up where number one was going, and in turn those two being botched up with number three.
Well, I think that's a problem where when people are very vocal about not liking their movies, that they retcon things. They're like, well, okay, everybody's mad, we'll change it.
It was all a dream.
Hang around, we'll fix it. Well,
even JJ admits like there was no plan. And that's the problem. Yeah. It's like there's no plan. We made the first movie with no plan for the second. All we did was create doors for the second movie. And then Rian Johnson basically just started closing doors. It's like, I don't want any of these doors. Like, nope. We're going to open some different doors.
We're going to change it.
Yeah. And so that really is, that was where the bump in the road. If they came in and they were like, here's number one, and then number two does this, and then number three does this, they could give that to a director and say, this is the plan. Use this plan versus make up your own thing.
Filming at the same time? What was the reason? They were rushing them out.
Well, the first one came out because Disney spent $4 billion and they needed a movie. The second one came out and JJ couldn't do it because he was doing something else. And so they gave it to Rian Johnson. And then Rian Johnson fucked the thing up and JJ was like, I'll fix it as best I can. And JJ made a shitty finale. But again, like I said, I like it because it's so funny how he just continues to retcon everything out and you know, whatever. It could have been so much better. Even just the last movie itself could have been so much better. But they just kept trying to do too much and it's not cohesive.
We're not talking about Star Wars anymore. Let's change the subject.
You have those glasses on. I thought you were gonna like arrest somebody.
I don't know what I'm doing tonight.
Is that
I got
the
a
Karen
headache.
glasses?
I'm drinking a beer. Whatever. It's chaos.
Is that the Karen glasses, there, Lori?
Those are the Karen glasses. Yes.
Yeah, all right.
They
the
were.
wig is right there.
Did you have trouble keeping the wig on?
Yes, I did.
She wigged out, man. Wigged right out.
I have so much hair.
I saw that in the bloopers where you had to like retuck your hair back.
Yeah, I had to. If you watch the bloopers, when I was like freaking out on camera with Dante, I actually take the wig off and throw it, and then immediately regret it because I have to put this stupid thing back on. And
Pop looked like he was having a ball during that.
We had a blast. Like if you watch to the end, and it's only 27 minutes, it's not super long, but like the last minute is us just cracking up because of course it had to be an edited show because we laughed so much while we were making it. So Big James makes a cameo too. He gets to wear the wig. So
nice.
It was a fun show. But yeah, the wig lives on my lamp, but I think my girls have been touching it because it's messy.
You're gonna have to brush it now.
I know.
I did see a different trailer. Is for a horror Peter Pan? Is that
yeah, I think I scrolled past something that it had like a crown and it was like Peter Pan doesn't have to be something the same or something. I don't know. What were they trying to do here?
I like how Lori just doesn't even see trailers. She's like,
I don't even care. I'm just like, nah.
I scrolled on by.
At least you know that when I'm writing things, it is not derivative because I don't watch shit.
It's all based off of life experience.
All original.
The life and times of Lori Cup.
I'm the same way, just the opposite is I don't read shit. So people are like, oh, that's like that book. And I'm like, I don't know what a book is. Sorry.
I used to love trailers. When I was a kid, going to the movies was like, hurry the hell up. We have to get there and we have to get a good seat because we have to see the freaking, now you can just watch them on YouTube, which I did the other day. That's where I watched the next upcoming horror movies and I just kept skipping through because 2 seconds in, I'm like, I'm not going to ever watch that. I'm like, I'm not watching that.
Is Peter Pan public now?
Yeah. Oh, he's been public a long time.
Was he?
Yeah.
Well, I don't think he was Disney first. He was a story.
The original, you have to stay away from Disney designs and stuff, but Peter Pan, the concept, it's like Wizard of Oz. It's super old. So
yeah. So I can't even tell you if he was the bad guy or not. Like, I think he was taking them to Neverland, and
but he's like a monster in this movie.
Is it like off the old lore where he takes the kids to the ferry and the ferry eats the kids? I think that's how it goes.
Ooh.
Well, I thought he said that he was saving them, but that could be because he was throwing them to the ferryman. He thought that was better than living. I don't know.
Stealing their youth so you can stay young forever.
Maybe. Maybe I probably should have.
Hook is the tragic hero.
Yeah, where it's like if they manage to get away from Peter Pan, they grow up to become a pirate and they fight Pan.
See, I think we have the premise of a really good version of that lore right there.
Yeah.
I don't think we need to see the movie. Done.
We'll make our own. We'll act it out.
I'm
throwing a giant crocodile.
What's that movie with Jack Black? I think Please Be Kind, Rewind, where they Swede stuff. You guys know that one?
Yeah, they film their own versions of the movies. Like they film their own RoboCop and then put it in the RoboCop box.
Yeah,
someone rents it. Yeah,
and they tape over it. And the FBI's like, you can't do this to the federal offense. It says right on there. He says, yeah, but we taped over it. We're good.
I never saw that.
It's okay. It's a quirky movie.
Yeah, it's weird. It's weird.
That's like 2008 or something like that.
Everything in the original, the first 2000s is weird. Like that's a weird time. That's a weird decade. That's strange things coming out. Strange things.
Considering I sit around watching TV all day, you think I'd watch more movies. Lori's listing off all the things she did today, and I'm like, I watched movies and I tried to find a way to make my werewolves unique in my story. That's literally all I did. And I went out for lunch, and then that was it. And I had to go somewhere close because I was too lazy to drive further away.
Well, that's all right. That's research. That qualifies. That's research. How do I make better werewolves?
I was making
grenades always improve everything. I would start there.
Well, see, here's the thing. See, I have a co-writer.
Bandolero, grenades.
And my co-writer and I generally 99% of the time agree on everything the same. But then there's this one thing that we don't agree on, and then we can't come to a conclusion. So I don't like the werewolves that are human and turn to werewolves. I like the dog man. I like the always where I don't know. I just think I feel like it lowers their. I don't think they're as scary when they could be a human. I don't know. Also, I don't understand the tearing of the pants off of everything. How big are you that you're tearing off all your clothes? And how many pants do you have to buy to go through every time you turn into a werewolf? So, but we compromised, and I get the dog man, and he's wearing clothes, so I get him, and then she gets the naked werewolf But I said, what are you going to do to make him different? I wanted the heart to be enlarged in like bright red. She didn't like that. So she settled on, we got glowing red eyes and we have chains attached to the wrist, which then I had to help make a whole backstory, which took like 4 seconds. So that was fun. But I'm very good when she comes up with an idea, like bam, I'm like, okay, we'll do this. So when I was doing that, I was like, oh, 3D chains on the plushies. So now the plushies are going to have chains on their wrists. So I'm thrilled about that. So I'm not so upset about the chains anymore. But yeah, I was like, you have to do so. All werewolves look the same to me. They have to be something different. It has to be something.
How about their faces look just like cute cartoon puppy faces? So when they bite stuff and the blood's all over it, but they're like kind of looking.
So mine has long hair like a guy. Like he has like long hair. He's a wolf standing up, but he has a cowboy hat and he has long hair. So I'm thrilled. Mine has the eyes glowing blue, and they're at war with the werewolves that are human that have eyes glowing red. So it's like this gang thing going on.
Sharks versus the Jets.
Yeah.
They're snapping it before they fight.
Yeah. We have like 20, I think it's like 25 plushies because we're doing like every cryptid I can think of. So I was actually surprised. We do get to have Chatty. So he's going to be in the background. He's not going to be Chatty because he's, evil in this, but some samples.
Evil Chatty.
Evil Chatty.
Chatty.
They're only chatty because they're chameleon vampire bats, which I guess that makes them they'd make them chat. So should I call them chat and the rest are chatty? Because he also talks a lot, so he's chatty. These are not. I knew that'd be pushing my luck if I asked her to make Chatty nice. But I do get my Apollo rat, so I'm thrilled about that. I didn't think that was going to happen. But it kind of fit because he has, do I have one here? I don't know. He has a red bandana around his neck. So I was like, that fits. I could use that. Because he like died in 4 issues that nobody even, I never even released them. So it's like, nobody even knows. I was like, I'll just put him in there. So yeah. So now I have that. But I bought I got my little, I have the little journals. I have to draw. I'm going to draw I decided, which I don't even know if it's going to work. I have to see if the printer will actually print on them. We'll see. But I'm going to have the picture that I draw of the whatever cryptid they encounter that issue. The picture is going to go on the first page, and then on the back of it's going to be like all their weaknesses or powers or whatever she learned about whatever. For the ingredients, I haven't got my boxes yet, but I have like all the charms and Lori forbid me to be me, so I can't tell anyone all the damn things that I'm making. But everyone's
no spoilers.
No spoilers. I don't think like the first 3 issues are gonna be like probably not the ingredients that they find because there's no ingredients in the first like 4 issues. But I will have pages. Well, if I waited for every issue, then I'd have to wait like. I probably wouldn't have any next year because the 4th issue, I think I can do 4 in a year. I send Chris. I say we send what?
Her favorite werewolves. Samples of werewolves.
You can. They have to be approved. I'm no longer in charge of the werewolf. I'm in charge of the dog man. So, but it's amazing how many cryptids there are. Like every state, but they're like similar with different names. I don't know, but I went through all the states and all that stuff. So I'm excited of putting all those in there. But yeah,
blah 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 blah. I have the Jet song from West Side Story in my head now, Ray. Thank you.
My apologies. Think of something like the song that never ends with Lamb Chop, or
it's a song that never ends.
There you go. I just had to say it. I didn't even have to sing it.
Yeah.
Lori leaves, turns off her camera.
I don't blame her.
Don't do it.
Freaking race thing. Here, did he have a? Nah, that sucks. Wow. Damn. Ray like launched, and like 40 minutes later, he has like $5,000. That's impressive.
Ray,
Tom, You mean Tom did, not me.
Ray. No, wrong Ray. Sorry.
Oh,
I was confused. I was like, I thought you were launching in January.
I was going to ask about the book fair. I was assuming you're talking about.
Oh yeah, no. How did the book fair go, Tom?
It's going great. We're in day 3 and we're at 6,000.
So, there you go.
Like,
yeah,
accidentally accurate.
It was crazy. It was crazy. I thought for sure we'd probably land somewhere around 5,000 for the whole week. And we did that in the first 12 hours. I was
That's good, man.
What the hell is going on?
I did see that. It was doing really good.
Yeah. Yeah. So we'll probably land now about probably around 7, which would be fantastic considering my consideration or my thought processes on it. Yeah, that's great.
Who wants to come to Knoxville to the zombie walk? There you go.
That's because you put frickin' schoolgirl like chair. What is it? Chair dancing, lap dancing.
What? She's sitting in a chair backwards. That's
with their
hardly
legs,
lap dancing.
Her legs are like.
That's how you sit in a chair backwards, Lori.
She's like, here I am, world. Come buy this book.
You can't sit in a chair backwards without.
People are mesmerized by what is
spreading a little.
Oh my!
Yeah, but that's not what's selling the most. I mean, we are selling a lot of that, but we're selling tons of. I mean, even when people buy that, they're buying tons of trade paperbacks. Catch up editions and so on. Yeah. Well, that was the whole point. Is like this experiment of like, okay, what happens if we don't really have anything new? We have these few variant covers that are new, but then we're basically just taking our entire inventory. Library of stuff and being like, here's everything, come get stuff. And it's been great. People have been buying all kinds of stuff.
You might have people that are following like Land of Oz that aren't exposed to Critter and they want to check it out, or vice versa. Like people from Critter are finding Princesses versus Zombies, and
correct.
It's just great to have it all in one place.
Yep.
Goth Day, like it's all there.
Yeah.
Lori taking notes.
And it's been wild. I mean, you watch what people are looking at and what they're buying, and you're like, I mean, how is that the choice? Like, it's really strange, but it's good because that means people are finding things that they're like, well, I've never seen this before.
Yeah.
Like, give me this thing. Someone was on the show the other day on my show when we were live, and he found us on YouTube, and he was like, oh my God, I saw that Meatballs homage cover and I had to have that. I was like, okay,
yeah,
there it is.
Let's be real.
I'm at it.
Your show, but okay. I was sent for funsies. Okay. What?
He put his hands up like cinema.
Oh,
was that because I was doing the quotation mark earlier?
Yeah, I guess. Goes on.
Cinema.
Yeah. Well, it's better than singing "It's a Small World." Oh, shit.
Whoa. You guys are terrible.
Yeah.
All the worst songs in the world, all in one place.
Back to the underworld with Beetlejuice.
For you tonight, here on this live stream. And if you want us to shut up, go back books. Then we could be like, if you want us to stop talking to you, go pledge.
Yeah, I have higher demands. I make them find Big Shark, but yeah, go pledge.
Go pledge things.
But then how do I know they're pledging? They're not just pledging, and how do I know they're pledging to get us off?
Because if they cancel, I show up on their porch.
Nice.
Hello.
I noticed that you dropped out of your pledge.
Would you like to come stand in the street while I rev my engine of my car?
Oh, I forgot to put the link on.
Looking for a new speed bump to participate in this experiment.
I was going to say final sound effect as you're driving.
Purely for science. Purely for science.
I have to say, my last campaign that had just ended, I had never not had a cancellation, and my only decreased was a regular client who actually only did so because she fell and broke her teeth. So I was like, well, shit, good reason. But yeah, and then I had no error. I had all the errors are fixed at the end, and I was like, oh, that's suspicious. But anyway, so yeah, so I have a pre-launch. I have 3 actually. But this is my my Western one that I was talking about. And I got to go back and get his link. And this is January 6th. The hardcover, which I should advertise more, because it's like October 14th. And then I have February 17th is issue 13. So yeah, good times. There we go. So what's next week's movie, Tom? What are you gonna go see?
Speak No Evil is out, so I'm gonna possibly see that on Thursday. But I got to go to 2 cons these next 2 weeks, so I may not get to see it, depending on travel schedules and so on.
Are you here next Monday?
Yeah, Mondays are okay. Yeah.
Damn it! It means I gotta show up.
Yeah.
All right.
Mondays are fine.
James McAvoy. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, James McAvoy. Yeah.
When you said that, it reminded me of that really bad one, See No Evil, with pro wrestler Kane.
Canadian.
Oh yeah, no, that's.
I'm like, is this a sequel?
No.
Undertaker's in it too.
Well, they did 2 of those, but no.
Did a sequel? I didn't know that.
Yeah.
In it again?
I'm 90% sure there was a sequel with him again. Yeah.
That's great.
90% sure. But yeah, this is
James McAvoy.
This is James McAvoy.
He's like typecast as a bad guy now after doing Split. Like he's stuck now.
That or
he's Professor X, man. Yeah, he's whatever he needs to be. But he's intense, so he can act. So he can do whatever you need him to do.
Oh yeah, Split. That range of acting that he had to do,
including bulk up, like just a fucking beast, man.
There's the link for
Gary. How tall is he though? Is he like short and just?
You can tell by the proportions of his arm length that he's not tall.
This is where I put my foot in my mouth.
No, they're not.
He looks like a dwarf.
If somebody of that ideal build in Hollywood was like 6 feet tall, they would be like a menace.
Yeah, if you go on the Universal Studios, yeah, so
he's not tall.
That's not tall.
No, but I mean, like to be that muscular, tall. That's scary.
Yeah,
it's 5'7".
So if you go on the Universal Studios tour, they take you back through the Western town where all the buildings are built, and they'll tell you, like, if you look at all the doorways are all built instead of like 7 feet, they're all built like 6 feet. So it makes the actors look bigger when they walk through the doors.
That's hilarious. I heard they used to do with Kurt Russell. They used to always film looking up because he's significantly short.
And Tom Cruise.
Him and his pins for legs.
Tom Cruise
and like every leading lady that he's been with on, it's like he's on a step. Him and Robert Downey Jr. They're on like a shelf talking down.
He's got to carry an orange crate with him everywhere he goes.
That's his punishment, though. You carry this damn crate.
There was someone else who the hell was it? There was another actor that he would wear lifts because he wanted to be, I don't know if it was Robert De Niro or somebody who wore lifts.
Well, Robert De Niro is probably like 4 foot tall now. He's so old, he's shrunk. Yeah.
Oh my god!
I'm told with a line on my side.
Lifts. Let's Google it. Tom Cruise, Simon Cowell, Vin Diesel. Vin Diesel.
That makes me happy.
Daniel Radcliffe, Brad Pitt. I don't really.
They're all short. You can tell by their build. They're short.
How tall is Brad Pitt though?
Yeah, but I mean, lifts are only giving you like 2-3 inches. So a lot of these guys are probably 5'9", 10, 11, and they'll get up to that 6 foot.
Is Vin Diesel?
Oh, Brad Pitt. I eat my words with Brad.
He's 6 foot. He doesn't need to wear lifts.
Everyone on Supernatural is tall. Every time I go to those freaking cons and you take a photo, I'm like below their nipples, like standing up, like what the fuck?
Brad Pitt's 5'11".
I'm taller than Brad Pitt.
I think everyone in Supernatural is 6 feet or higher. Like I think Jared's 6'4" and Jensen's 6. I think
I'm a natural 6'4",
crazy,
real 6'4", which made it crazy when I met Peter Mayhew and he stood up and I was like, oh, what the fuck?
Yeah, because he's so tall.
Holy shit! Yeah.
Who is the guy that played the new alien in Alien Romulus? Isn't he some like basketball player?
Retired basketball player.
He's got weird proportions too. Like his neck is weird.
He looks like he should be supported by like marionette strings almost.
Yeah, basketball player
turned actor.
Alien Romulus
turned alien.
Yeah.
Romanian basketball player named Robert Bobrovsky. We're back to Bob. 7 feet 7 inches tall.
Who?
He's 7 feet 7 inches tall.
It's 2 feet
He's
taller
like
than I am.
Super
No, that's
skinny.
1 foot taller than I am. Yeah.
But
yeah, he's like he's a
too.
rail. He's just bones. I mean,
It's like, how do you function?
It looks like he was in a pressure vacuum, which just sucked his head and his feet away.
Yeah. Here, look. I'll show you on screen. I don't know why my kids are doing something.
Are they too quiet?
No, they're screaming.
Yeah, there he is. There. He looks like
Wow,
Bob. Yeah.
his neck is so long.
And that's what I mean. Like that. See, he is no longer a basketball player. He has now been sucked into Hollywood. He's the new guy that did he does all like the God damn it, what's his name? He does the Pan's Labyrinth and the fish guy and
in Hellboy.
In Hellboy, he was Abe Sapien. What's his name? What's the actor's name?
No, this is an Abe Sapien. That's a Jeffrey somebody or another. That's a big time actor that does that.
Are you sure?
This guy might be in there, but he's not Abe Sapien. No, guaranteed. He might have played a monster, but Abe Sapien is the dude who also plays on Star Trek Discovery. One of my favorite aliens in that whole series, which I can't think of his name now.
That's the same guy.
Doug Jones, is that his name?
Yeah.
Yeah, Doug Jones. That's not Doug Jones that you just looked at.
No. But I'm saying like this guy is now the new Doug Jones.
Oh
like,
yeah,
now,
he plays weird stuff.
Now we are going to cast you in every freaky looking monster thing movie going forward.
Yeah, they have to make a suit for him, so he doesn't do because there's pictures of him in that weird alien suit. Like it's not a CG thing.
Yeah,
like there may be CG enhancements, but it's they put him in a suit, which is wild.
Yeah, that's Doug Jones too, man. He's in all the things.
Yeah, he does all the weird
Hocus Pocus. Suits. Yeah, Doug Jones was Abe Sapien.
Yeah.
Shape of Water.
Yep.
The guy from Pan's Labyrinth.
Yep.
His fingers are weird.
Pale man.
The Star Trek guy.
Eyeballs.
He's from Star Trek Discovery.
Yeah, he did. He was one of the Romulans.
No, he's in Discovery.
Nope.
I mean, he may have been a Romulan too, but he had a starring role in Discovery.
He have like the weird. I don't know. I don't know what's going on out there. They're being very loud. I'm surprised you can't hear them.
What's the weirdest thing you've walked in on your kids after hearing a lot of loud noises?
Oh, it was one of the times we were on the show, but you weren't. I don't know if you were here or not. I was hearing them through the wall being really loud and obnoxious, and I got in there and they were having a full-on water fight in the bathroom, like throwing water at each other, cups of water. There was like an inch and a half of water on the floor.
That's great.
I once got yelled at the beach for having a water fight.
Well, that's
the beach
though. Like, just don't do it inside. Go outside.
Yeah, but you got in trouble at the beach.
What are you doing? The water's everywhere. And I'm literally watching it dry. Like I'm watching it dry. What are you worried about?
Oh no, the sand is wet.
One of my kids I want to make a comic character based off of. She's just like pure chaos incarnate. She says the weirdest things. She says the weirdest things. She's just like all over the place. She looks like a Cabbage Patch Kid mixed with Chucky. It's the weirdest thing.
Oh Lord.
I don't know where this came from the other day, but somewhere I heard or read just the phrase, "I'm gonna steal your girl, bro." Like, I don't know where it came from. I'm gonna steal your girl, bro. And my head started spinning. Like, that's the name of a comic book. Like, how do I make this into like a story? And within about 10 minutes, I had a bare bones, like, this is how we do this, and with this ridiculous title. So yeah. So get ready for that, guys.
It's
not steal your girl, bro.
Where I posted your Karen
What show
video.
is that?
My what?
I just posted a link to your Karen video.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, Karen videos up.
Killer Karen.
I'm waiting for Ray's because I want to see a Canadian put up with Karen.
Number 3. Next is George Medina, because it's his fault that this show is happening.
Nice.
Because he was supposed to be a part of the Any One World annual Comic-Con planning committee, and he bailed. I'm going to throw him under the bus. Well, he's working. You know what I mean? And we decided that because he couldn't be at the meeting, that he had to do all the shit jobs, and he had to present awards with the blonde wig on. And of course, I have a blonde wig for reasons I cannot remember. And I played this character Karen in a D&D campaign called Slaughterville.
She can't remember.
I don't even know why I have it. I've had it since maybe.
But the role-playing game, D&D.
Well, it's Slaughterville.
Slaughterville, yes.
I'm trying to remember why I got this thing. It's
with Chris Brown Pants. He was the DM, yeah?
Yeah, so Chris Brown creates this, he does comic books, novels, tabletop games, RPG games, all this stuff in this world called Slaughterville, which is basically every single horror movie crammed into one town. And so depending on what you do, you can run into like the B version of Freddy Krueger, the B version of Candyman. You know, like they all live in this town, and it's just wherever you go, you have to deal with the consequences of waking up whatever baddie is there in that part of town. So we play this one where we're in an insane asylum, and we got trapped in there. And we had to figure out how to get out. And I burned the building down as Karen. I was kicking people through doors because I didn't have patience for them to like do discovery and like search for things. I would cattle prod random NPCs. I don't know. I was just obnoxious, right? So because the wig came out because of George Medina, I took a picture and posted it because it was just funny. But then it was like Karen Needlemiter hosts a show. And then everybody wanted this fucking show. Excuse my French. But so that's how we have this literal Karen interviewing indie comic creators who has no patience and just doesn't care. It's fun. We have fun. It's all satire.
I enjoyed it. I like you. I like the interaction between you and Dante. That's funny.
Yeah, there won't be
very
as much of that.
contrasted. He's laid back.
There won't be as much of that in the next. You know, like he'll be there, but like we kind of had to set like our relationship and like bring back Slaughterville and and that he's back there. But most of it now is gonna be Karen with the guests, and Dante will pop in, and it's going to still be chaos. I plan on ending every single show with either the guest storming off or Karen leaving the show and leaving the guests there not knowing what to do.
No, spoiler alert.
Well, that's like it'll be figured out pretty soon because it'll be like every show. But yeah, it's 30 minutes or less, just meant to laugh and throw insults at each other. People can insult me as Karen. I don't care. We'll have fun.
I think she looks good with the wig, but
it weirds me out. I don't like me with short hair. What?
It completely changes your appearance. It's like a standard like spy analyst, how Clark Kent's glasses would actually work. I feel it has a similar effect. If we never saw that wig before, and if you came on here with a different name, I would think you were a different person.
I don't like it. I mean, people are like, oh, you look great as a blonde. I'm like, I don't. Maybe it's the short hair. I don't think I look good with short hair. I haven't had short hair since maybe like I think sophomore year of college. I cut all my hair off and then immediately regretted it. So that was the last time that happened. So
me was shortest. So I did this. I did this. What day did I do this, Lori? I had a bad day, and Lori's like, "Don't do it." I was like, "Too late. I already did it."
I know she was cutting her hair, and I was like,
well, it wasn't even because I had.
Like, how much did you cut? Are you going full Britney Spears? Like, what are we doing here?
No, it was.
We're really hitting doors with umbrellas, are we?
You know, I think it's pretty even. Like my husband thought it was even until I told him I cut it. He goes, "Yeah, now that I look at it, yeah, shut the fuck up." But it's pretty even. But the funniest part of the whole thing was I had said to her, I cut it because I didn't feel like going to get it. Like I get to a breaking point where I can't brush through it anymore. I'm like, fuck this shit. But then I sat down to watch a video, and the very first video I watched was the chick trying to cut her hair. Yeah. And I've never seen a video of a girl. I think I've seen bangs before where they try to cut their bangs. But this
it's totally Big Brother listening.
Yep, Big Brother. I was gonna say
100%. Your microphone is active all the time.
My husband says that too, but this is actually a show I normally watch, and it was recorded ahead of time, and I just happened to be the first time I could sit down and watch it. So it's not, but it's just really weird. Now I've seen them cut their bangs and instantly regret it, but this chick, which made no sense, she had her hair in a ponytail, like at the top of her head like this, and she's cut even higher like this, and she's cutting through the ponytail at the very top,
Ugh.
like an idiot, and she can't even get through it. So she gets halfway through, and she's freaking out the whole time. And she's like, "Why did I do this?" And I was like, "That was my question." But yeah, I don't understand what the hell she was doing, because it wasn't even like, I don't know. I think that was.
I don't cut my hair.
No, I did. But ironically, the only time I didn't do it was during COVID, which I found very funny, because when they finally opened up, I went to get my hair cut, and then the following year I cut it myself, because I was like, well, I don't want to do this anymore. And now I just cut it myself, because it's always in a ponytail. Like, it's always in a ponytail. But anyway, so it's almost 9:00. So Laura, you want to?
Oh, yeah. Hey, everybody. I'm Lori Calcaterra. I will be live tomorrow on the Tuesday Morning Brew. Come catch me there.
Evening.
Huh?
Wednesday evening.
Wednesday. Not Wednesday. Funniest thing, I went on just in the chat on Jared Kaufman's show, and his chat was saying, "Is this the Tuesday Morning Brew at Wednesday night?" And I was like, "What happened?"
I was like, "Yeah, the Tuesday Morning Brew is Wednesday evening." That's
on Jared's show. Apparently, his show is pretty cool though for writers. They do writing sprint, which I really had no idea about, but it seemed like a good crew. Anyway, catch me tomorrow on the Tuesday Morning Brew. I'll be live on Wednesday with George Medina talking about Any One World and all the cool stuff that Any One World can do for you as a creator. Thursday, I'm recording the next episode of Killer Karen with George Medina, who will probably never speak to me again after Thursday. That's it. I got some cons coming up, but they're not until October. Hey, what?
I said, if you scare off Ray from being on the show again, I'm quitting the show.
Well,
no, I don't think Ray is scared. I think Ray is encouraged. He wants to embrace the chaos.
He's like, what kind of humor does she have? I was like, oh, go.
Don't give away my secrets, Carissa.
Yeah.
Ray's like doing behind the scenes research. That's okay. I got things.
I will neither confirm or confirm such a thing.
Anyway, so go ahead, Lori. More Wednesday evening stuff. Go ahead.
I have more Wednesday evening stuff? No, that's it. Tomorrow on the Tuesday Morning Brew is Sean Wood. We're going to talk about The Fog Within. He's a returning guest. He's on issue number 3 with his Kickstarter.
Oh, yeah.
I have the first 2, so I have to do some homework and talk to him tomorrow. And that's it. That's all I got. Path of the Pale Rider is still chugging along. I made wooden coins the other day, which I'm not showing people. What did I do today?
He's not me.
Tom is so enraged.
Oh, I made more hot sauce today. I'm done making hot sauce. I've made all the hot sauces.
One of these days, Lori's going to be on it. I built this add-on to our house yesterday. Yeah. You know,
I have done work on the house. I built a whatchamacallit? Fuck, my brain is so dead right now. It's in your closet, like you put your shoes in. There's a bench and stuff. I built that for the closet. It's really nice. I do that. But I baked 2 loaves of sourdough bread. I made 2 batches of crackers. I did all the grocery shopping, food prep, and 22 bottles of ghost pepper barbecue hot sauce today. And I'm going to order stickers tomorrow. So that's the plan.
I'm
recording more stuff this week. Jesus. I forget everything I'm doing.
I would honestly, just, I could never be Lori. I wouldn't survive an hour being Lori. There's no way. Like,
I hurt myself yesterday too, so there's that. All right. On that note, I'm leaving.
Bye.
I'm just gonna leave that unanswered. You can take that. You can build your own narrative, imagination, run away with you. Bye. See you all next week.
Cheers. Tom.
What?
Would you like to tell or say anything useful or unuseful? I don't really care.
You saw it already. We got the campaign. It's goes till Sunday night. We wrap it up, guys. It's a quickie campaign. So
Tom's offering quickies, people.
Yeah.
That's an extra tier.
So if it's a good opportunity to dive into either the stuff you've started and to fill out the collection, or it's good to start something you haven't tried. We've got pretty much all of our different things up there available one way or another. And if you already have all the stuff to read, then we do have the Schoolgirl mystery envelopes that are still available. So grab them. And then that'll lead us into October, where we do our last big campaign of the year, which will be Critter number 24, that we're already building up on that. And I will be at Monroe Comic-Con this weekend, just south of Detroit. The weekend after that, I will be in Baltimore. 2 weeks after that, I'm in St. Louis at MightyCon. And then the week after that, I'm in Texas, San Antonio for Big Texas Comic-Con.
Question. You talked about Critter 24. You got something big planned for number 25?
Yeah. Oh yeah. 25 starts our 15-year anniversary in January.
Oh, I see. They sync. I get it.
Yep. And 25 is 25 finally culminates all of this story that we've been doing for the first so many issues, all these little threads of things and hints and notions and what's going on. So 25 will give you that sort of like, this is what we've been here. This is what we've been waiting for all this time. And it'll set the book up to continue on for its new incarnation. Yeah.
Right on. Very cool.
What he said, Ray?
Mine is still in early stages. In the new year, I'll be releasing issue 2 of the Madcaps. I've got some cool stuff to share, but I'm not allowed to talk about it yet. And
you're the only idiot that tells everything every time. I'm like the only one. Like,
say again?
I'm the only one I'll just tell you the ending. I don't give a shit. Like, I don't care.
You got to make them buy it to get the ending. You'll be like, hey, if you want to see what happens, you got to get the book.
All I will say is it's Buddy Cop Dynamic. It is, yes. I put it in the private chat, the link there.
Oh, because it wasn't showing up.
And just an issue involving the undead and a drug issue. There's some possible connection and a little group of friends that are in the wrong place at the right time. They are not ideal candidates to solve this matter, but we'll see where the dice roll on this. That's all really I have to say about it right now. Still a lot of early things going on. I just got some feedback from, or rather not feedback. Why can't I words today? I swear I can words.
I got words any day.
I can't words at all. But anyways, I've got some artist material coming back between interiors and a couple covers, and I want to show right now, but I'm going to choose to err on caution and release it at a better time. So sign up. It's going to be awesome. Looking forward to finally showing the stuff off.
Sweet. And I already talked shit about my thing, so but I guess I'll show so this is the pre-launch for the hardcover. It is issues 8 through 12. It's 200 pages. I think 40 pages is extra stuff. You can also get the first hardcover. I would say that I'm not going to have a lot of tears because according to my normal ones, I don't have a lot of tears because my normal ones are like 40 tears. So this might be like 20. I don't know.
What was that all?
Huh? Yeah, that's probably it. Well, when I do hardcovers, I just literally want to ship them out. You know, like I don't do a lot of extras. And I notice a lot of people don't buy a lot of extras because there's, you know, they're more expensive and whatever. But I'll have some things. I don't know what yet, but I'll probably have the pre-orders for Chatty plushies and the Hellhound plushies and all that stuff. But this is going to launch October 14th, and it ends the day after our two-year anniversary in comics, which is the day after Halloween. So it's
very cool.
Yeah, 2 years.
I like how November 1st is not officially the description. It's the day after Halloween.
It's the day, yeah.
Screw November.
Screw November. It's the day after Halloween. So it'll be my 2 years. In 2 years, I got, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. I'll probably have at least 21 issues actually completed in 2 years.
It's impressive.
No, it's stupid. But it'll be because 17 are done and completed for Redemption. Hopefully one will be done for the Western because we're on issue 5 colored. And then we have this one issue of a spinoff, one issue of the the prequel and the spinoff, and then we have the issue 1 that I redid and threw away $5,000 like I'm rich. So yeah.
I do have a question about that picture. Was that colored by Dave Kemp?
It is. He does, and it's the art by Jeremy Rampak, who just I mean, he acts like $1,000 is nothing, so he just takes my money. And he's doing covers for books that I can't even sell till 2026, but I was just like, do my fucking cover. And I still pester him about it. You would think that I would be like, it's 2026. You know, I don't need, no, show me the progress on the fucking cover because I got to see it. So yeah. And he's actually the only artist that I pay ahead. Like everyone else, I refused to pay before. But he's like, I'm like, here, take my credit card. Just keep the credit card on file and just charge it whenever. For the Western, if you thought I had a lot of merch before, you have not seen anything. We're gonna have a plushie for almost all the cryptids. I think I have 7 on order. I have the first one that's being done is the Alpha Wendigo and Bigfoot, our Crow Demon, our Plant Dragon Demon, our Squonk, which is ugly as sin. I'm so excited. He's the cryptid that all he does is cry. That's his power. Is he sits in the woods and he cries because he's so ugly. And if you upset him too much, he cries into a puddle and he has to like reform later. And I added him to the story. Not only did I add him to the story, I had him following her around. So I think he's hysterical. I don't know why, but I do. But whatever. So we're gonna have plushies for a lot of the cryptids. Every cryptid will have a page that I will draw if it works out right. I'm going to draw it myself, and people can either buy journals that I have or buy your own journal. And as long as you pledge that issue, then you get the page for free, or you can buy it in the next one. And it'll be pages of whatever they run into. And then we'll have apothecary box that you can hold all the jars of ingredients, and then we're going to have ingredients from all the cryptids that Lori won't let me say what they are, but I'm excited. I'm going to make all of them myself. Tom approved, so that's all I needed. Yeah, so I'm looking forward to making those, and anything to spend money on I seem to enjoy. So but that's that. So I guess we will on over. Whoever follows this one will be number 69. I already used that power for the Western. I was like, whoever follows next is 69. That always gets somebody. So but I didn't want to do it twice. So but anyway, so look for Big Shark so that we don't have to show up. I have to show up as long as Tom sends me this stupid message saying it's time to go. I don't know what he was smoking today, but he was early, so I had to like pause my show, find out where I go, and whatever. So anyway, we'll be back next Monday if Tom's here. So Ray may or may not. He just does whatever the fuck he wants. We don't even know why he comes on, but he may or may not be here. And then that's it.
I'm just that kind of guy. As the Australians say, sometimes I just hang around like a fart in a phone booth. I don't know what to tell you. It's just how it works.
Is that what they say? Okay.
Apparently.
Okay. Well, good night, goodbye, and whatever.